time for our daily dose of K-Enter News with Walter Lee. Walter, let's start off with a celebration.
Yes, a big celebration. The K-pop girl group Twice have celebrated their ninth year in the K-pop industry with a fan meeting called, let me get this right because it's actually kind of hard to explain. Home Gu Round. Now, they've said it with a 9 and round because the 9 looks like a G and Gu is 9. I'm getting too much off track here. I'm so sorry. It's really quite difficult, but you'll figure it out eventually. So that was actually at Olympic Hall over the past weekend. Now, here's the interesting thing. The fan meeting is to celebrate the 9 years of K-pop in the K-pop industry. And the theme was also the number 9, along with baseball as well, because they've been in the industry for 9 years. There are 9 members in Twice. And also because of baseball, there are 9 field members on the team. So that's the theme that they were going for. Now, this girl group put on a special stage performance for their fans. They're called Onces. I'm a once myself. And the group recently wrapped up their world tour. And it just shows you that they are still one of the top tier K-pop girl groups of this generation. Now, they're set to return on December 6th with their 14th mini album called Strategy.
Well, that name also sounds like a strategy.
Yes.
But Walter, now you have an update regarding last week's release of a song called 아파트
yes.
by none other than Blackpink's Rose and Bruno Mars.
Yes, the duo's song 아파트, which means apartment in Korean, has made history by earning what Koreans call a pak, P-A-K, which is a perfect or kill. Now, what that means is that it's reached number 1 simultaneously across all music streaming platforms in Korea. Now, this also includes, Melon, Genie, and Flow, and it already has 66 million views. I can hear it in my brain already. I just can't get it out of my head. But yes, it has already reached 66 million views on YouTube. That's so much.
It is. And ever since you reported on the release last week, Walter, it's so addictive. I can't get it out of my head either. But Walter, this song has been inspired by a drinking game, right? A Korean drinking game.
That's correct. So the game is actually called 아파트. And now let me sort of explain for people at home if they've ever, maybe they will start playing this game. So what it is there's a group of people and they stack their hands in the middle of the table like this. And now the leader calls out a number from the bottom, like let's say the number 3. And from the bottom, they start stacking their hands one on top of the other, like building the floors of an apartment, right? Now, when the stack reaches the number that was called out, let's say 3, 1, 2, 3, the person who is that on top has to drink. So the making of the song for this Rose song actually came when Rose was teaching this to her crew, and the studio was so infatuated by the 아파트 that they decided, hey, let's make a song about it. Bruno Mars joined, and as Rose said, the rest is history.
Interesting.
So yeah, just a reminder as well that Rose is going to come out with her first full-length mini album called Rosie on December 6th. I mean, it seems like all of Blackpink is busy these days. We had Jennie with Mantra, Lisa with her fashion show, and Jisoo is actually focusing on acting these days.
A little bit of every member there. And Walter, we are also going to end up with another release that we talked about last week, the movie A Normal Family or 보통의 가족.
Yes, that's correct. So last week we were absolutely pleased to have Professor So on to talk about his opinion about the movie A Normal Family. Now, according to the Korean Film and Council integrated ticketing system, the opening weekend of this movie from the 18th to the 20th sold more than 200,000 tickets or views. What that means is that it actually is the number 1 top ranking box office movie over the weekend, and it's beating other movies like we talked about Love in the Big City. It's also beating Joker, and obviously the very, very popular I, the Executioner as well. Not only that, A Normal Family has been getting raving reviews from critics as well as viewers. One viewer actually saying, and I quote, "It deserves the title of the year's standout Korean film.
Well, I contributed to those numbers because I watched the movie on day one of the release. And I have to say, it keeps making me think of my own moral values. So I'd love to hear from your opinion once you watch it, Walter.
I'm going to watch it very soon.
And thank you very much for those K-Enter news.
I'll stick around.